Hello and welcome. In this explainer, we're going to walk through a typical day, but in Russian. We'll be following our guide, Maria, and along the way, you'll pick up all the essential phrases you need to talk about your own daily routine.
We're going to go through this step by step. I'll say each phrase in Russian, give you a moment to repeat it, and really practice that pronunciation. Sound good? Okay, let's begin. All right, first up, let's dive into Maria's morning. We'll cover everything from the moment she wakes up right up until she leaves for work.
Okay, here's our very first phrase. I'll say it slowly, and then it's your turn. Ready? Доброе утро. Я просыпаюсь в 7 часов.
And that means, good morning. I wake up at 7 o'clock. See? A great start.
So, after waking up, you know what time it is. Breakfast. Let's try this phrase. Listen closely. Я завтракаю и пью кофе.
And that translates to I eat breakfast and drink coffee. You're already describing some of the most important actions of the day. Well done.
Okay, now Maria is heading off to work. Here's how she would say it. Give it a try after me. Я иду на работу, у меня много дел.
So this means, I go to work, I have a lot of things to do. Did you notice how those two sentences flow together? The first one states the action, and the second adds a little more detail. It's a really natural way to speak.
And what about lunch? Here's the phrase for that. Ready? Я обедаю в ресторане. Я ем суп и салат.
Which means, I have lunch at a restaurant. I eat soup and salad. And just like that, you've covered all the key phrases for the entire first half of the day. Fantastic work so far.
Now that the workday is over, let's see what Maria does in the evening. We'll follow her from meeting up with friends all the way to bedtime.
So here is our first evening phrase. Your turn to repeat. После работы я встречаюсь с друзьями.
And that one simply means, after work, I meet with friends. You are doing an amazing job with these longer sentences, by the way.
So what does she do with her friends? Let's learn the phrase for that. Listen carefully.
Мы ужинаем и разговариваем.
Exactly. We have dinner and talk. Now, here's something really cool on this slide. Did you notice the shift from я or I to мы, which means we? This is a perfect example of how you can start talking about things you do with other people.
And to wrap up the day, here are the last couple of phrases. Let's say them together. Я возвращаюсь домой. Я читаю книгу и сплю.
Which, as you might have guessed, means I return home, I read a book, and sleep. Fantastic work! You've just successfully described an entire day in Russian. That is a huge accomplishment.
So let's take a quick look back at Maria's whole day, all laid out on a timeline. You can really see how each phrase we learned connects to the next, forming a complete story from morning to night. And this is a story you can now tell in Russian. All right, you knew this was coming. It's time for a quick practice session to see what you remember. Let's see how you do. Okay, first question. When does Maria wake up? Think all the way back to the beginning of her day.
That's it. At 7 o'clock, or 7 часов. Fantastic memory.
All right, let's try another one. What does she do in the evening, right after she finishes work? What was that main activity? Yes, she meets with friends, or встречается с друзьями. Excellent work remembering that one. You're doing so well. So, we've followed Maria's day from start to finish, and now you have all the pieces to describe your own. So here's my challenge for you. How would you describe your day in Russian? Try using at least 3 of the phrases we learned. Keep on practicing, and thank you so much for joining me for this explainer.